Our first grammar topic of this unit is going to be adjectives. And adjectives are words that describe people or things. So they're words that describe nouns like colors or what something looks like or what somebody is like. So smart or pretty or hardworking or artistic or athletic, those are all adjectives. Also, words like red and blue and round and circular, those are all adjectives as well. They all describe people or things. So adjectives are words that describe nouns. In Spanish, most adjectives have a masculine and a feminine form. So remember we talked about nouns either being masculine, starting with L and ending with O, or feminine with la in front and ending with A. So the adjective is the same way. They have a masculine and they have a feminine form. If you look at the chart, you'll see masculine form ordenado, feminine form ordenada. The masculine form usually ends in an O, just like the noun, and the feminine form usually ends in A. In Spanish, sometimes things are done almost backwards of the way they are done in English. So in English, we would say the red house, and we would put the adjective before the noun. In Spanish, though, it's just the opposite. We say la casa roja, and we put the adjective after the noun. So in Spanish, adjectives always come after the nouns. Now, adjectives can, if they're masculine, they describe masculine nouns. So, for example, here, Marcos is a masculine noun, so we're going to use words ordenado and simpático because Marcos is masculine. Just the same with feminine. If you're describing something feminine, like Marta, you're going to have adjectives like ordenada and simpática. So, Marcos es ordenado and simpático, and Marta es ordenada and simpática. So if you have a masculine noun, you're going to have a masculine adjective, and the same thing with feminine. If you have a feminine noun, you're going to have a feminine adjective. You're also going to have adjectives, however, that end in E, like inteligente or paciente. You're going to have words that end in E. And these words are both masculine and feminine, so they don't change when the noun changes. So Anita is going to be inteligente, and so is Pedro, be inteligente. So anytime it ends in an E, it stays E. It doesn't change masculine to feminine. If it's E, it stays the same. Now over here we have the word trabajador and trabajadora. Anytime you have an adjective that ends in dor, D-O-R, you're going to have the feminine form end in D-O-R-A, dora. So Juan is a boy, so he's trabajador, but Luz is a girl, so she's trabajadora. Now, some adjectives that end in A, like deportista, anytime they end in I-S-T-A, they are both masculine and feminine. So they're a lot like the E one. They're masculine and feminine, they don't change. So anytime you have I-S-T-A, you're going to have, it's going to be an adjective that is both masculine and feminine. So Tomas, even though he's a boy, is deportista, and Marta is a girl, and so she's also deportista. So your homework tonight is going to be this activity 10. You need to make a T-chart. This is called a T-chart, like that. And you're going to use soy and no soy, just like the chart over here on the side. And you're going to write, it says here at least 2. I want you to write at least 3 things that you are and 3 that you are not. So make sure that you agree your adjective with what you are like. So if you're a boy, most of your adjectives are going to end in O. If you're a girl, most of your adjectives end in A. That's what we call agreeing. Agree in gender. This is called agreeing in gender. So when I say make sure that your adjectives agree in gender, you know that that means if you're talking about a girl, that your adjectives are feminine adjectives. So activity 10 for tonight, that'll be on Edline. It'll be called Grammar 1B Adjectives. Have a good night.